Today, we'll be looking at the writing of chemical formulas of compounds. Mainly, we'll be looking at the writing of chemical formulas of two types of compounds. First, ionic compounds, which are compounds made up of metal ions and non-metal ions. And secondly, covalent compounds, which are compounds made up of non-metal atoms, which have been chemically joined together. Let us now do a very quick recap on the formation of metal ions. If you look at your periodic table, your group 1 metal atoms, they actually form ions of charge 1 plus, whereas your group 2 metal atoms, they form ions of charge 2 plus. Similarly, your group 3 metal atoms, they form ions of charge 3 plus. However, your transition metal, they form ions of different charges. Okay, moving on to non-metal ions. Moving across the periodic table, if you look at your group 5, your group 5 non-metal atoms, they actually form ions of charge 3 minus, whereas your group 6 non-metal atoms, they form ions of charge 2 minus, and your group 7 non-metal atoms, they form ions of charge 1 minus. Lastly, your group 0 elements, they exist as atoms and do not form ions, as they already have a stable electronic configuration. Okay, now let us now do a quick recap on the writing of chemical formula of ionic compounds. If you are given the name of the substance, you are required to write the chemical formula of the ions involved. That's the first step on writing the chemical formula of an ionic compound. Next, after writing down all the formula of the ions involved, you then balance the positive and the negative charges. Lastly, after balancing the positive and the negative charges, you write down the chemical formula of the substance without the charges.